History remembers him as a mighty emperor, but behind the veil of royal grandeur lies a story soaked in blood. A ruler who betrayed his own blood for power, a king who ruled with an iron fist, leaving a trail of destruction in his name. This is not the story of a benevolent monarch. This is the story of Aurangzeb, the ruthless, the cunning, the tyrant of the Mughal throne. And today we uncover his dark legacy. Aurangzeb Alamgir was born on November 3, 1618 in Dahod, Gujarat. He was the sixth Mughal emperor, son of Shah Jahan, the builder of the Taj Mahal, and Mumtaz Mahal, in whose memory that grand mausoleum was raised. Aurangzeb was the third son in a family of 6 siblings. His brothers were Dara Shikoh, Shuja, and Murad, and he had 2 sisters, Jahanara and Roshanara. Even as a child, Aurangzeb was different. While his elder brother, Dara Shikoh, was open-minded and scholarly, Aurangzeb was serious, disciplined, and fanatically religious. He memorized the Quran by the time he was a teenager and took a strict interpretation of Islam. Many say he looked down upon the liberal ways of his father and Dara, resenting their tolerance for other religions. The seeds of ambition and something darker had already taken root. Aurangzeb was a man who believed power was his birthright, and he would do anything to claim it. As Shah Jahan's health declined in 1657, the question of succession became urgent. His eldest son, Dara Shikoh, was the clear favorite, liberal, learned, and seen as a unifier between the empire's diverse faiths. But Dara's open-mindedness was his weakness in Aurangzeb's eyes. To Aurangzeb, his brother was a heretic, an apostate who translated Hindu scriptures into Persian. Aurangzeb first allied with his younger brother Murad Baksh to isolate Dara. He promised Murad a share of the empire, knowing he never intended to honor it. At the decisive Battle of Samuga, Aurangzeb's military genius and ruthless strategies crushed Dara's forces. Dara fled, but was later betrayed, and handed over to Aurangzeb. What came next was pure humiliation. Aurangzeb paraded Dara through the streets of Delhi in chains, barefoot, covered in rags, spat on by the crowds Aurangzeb had incited against him. Then, in a chilling display of merciless cruelty, Aurangzeb ordered Dara's execution. His body was mutilated, and his severed head was sent to their father, served on a platter. Shah Jahan, already sick and powerless, collapsed in grief. Aurangzeb had destroyed not only his brother, but also his father's will to live. Murad was no safer. After using Murad as a pawn, Aurangzeb accused him of murder, imprisoned him in Gwalior fort, and later had him executed. By 1659, Aurangzeb had eliminated all his rivals. He crowned himself Emperor Alamgir, meaning conqueror of the world. His own father spent his final 8 years a prisoner in Agra fort, forced to gaze at the Taj Mahal while his empire was torn apart by his son's cruelty. Once emperor, Aurangzeb set out to remake the Mughal Empire in his own image, an empire ruled by Sharia, fear, and the sword. In 1679, he reimposed the jizya tax on Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and other non-Muslims, but this was just the beginning. Aurangzeb issued orders for the destruction of Hindu temples across India. The Grand Vishwanath temple in Kashi was razed, and a mosque was erected on its site. The Kesavadeo temple in Mathura was torn down, and its ruins were used to build a mosque named after Aurangzeb himself. Contemporary records speak of over 1,000 temples destroyed under his rule, and among those who resisted was Guru Tegh Bahadur, the 9th Sikh Guru. In 1675, Aurangzeb ordered his arrest. The Guru was brought to Delhi and presented with a brutal choice: convert to Islam or die. Guru Tegh Bahadur refused. To break his spirit, Aurangzeb subjected his followers to unspeakable torture. Bhai Matidas was sawn in half alive. Bhai Dayala was boiled to death in a cauldron. Bhai Satidas was wrapped in cotton and burned alive, but none of them converted. Finally, Aurangzeb ordered Guru Tegh Bahadur's execution. He was publicly beheaded at Chandni Chowk in Delhi. The Guru's young son, Gobind Rai, became Guru Gobind Singh, the warrior saint who would lead the Khalsa against Mughal tyranny. Guru Gobind Singh transformed the Sikhs into a martial brotherhood. He refused to submit to Aurangzeb and continued to fight for religious freedom. In 1689, Aurangzeb captured Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, the son of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the legendary Maratha leader. When Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj was betrayed by his men and handed over to Aurangzeb, the emperor unleashed his full cruelty. Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj was subjected to horrific torture. His eyes were gouged out, his tongue torn from his mouth. After days of brutal torment, he was paraded through the streets, mocked and finally hacked to death. His body was cut into pieces, but Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj became a martyr for the Marathas, and their resistance only grew stronger. The Rajputs rebelled. The Marathas rose in fury. The Sikhs turned into warriors sworn to defend the oppressed. Aurangzeb ruled for nearly 50 years, longer than any Mughal emperor. But his empire was crumbling even before his death in 1707. The sectarian violence, the temple demolitions, the suppression of Sikhs, Marathas and Rajputs. His policies sowed the seeds of rebellion that tore the empire apart. The story of Aurangzeb is often whitewashed, but history remembers the blood on his hands, a man who betrayed his family, a ruler who ruled by fear, a zealot who tore apart the delicate fabric of India's diversity, and his tomb lies modest and unadorned in Aurangabad. A fitting end for a tyrant who left his empire in ruins. History isn't always what it seems. Today we uncovered the dark truth of Aurangzeb's rule, a story often hidden, neglected or forgotten. Thank you for watching Tales of History. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who love history. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future episodes. Until next time, keep exploring the fascinating stories of history with us. Remember, history isn't just the past, it's the key to understanding our present and shaping our future.